You wake up in the morning, and before your feet even touch the floor, you already feel behind. Not sleepy exactly, just drained. And the confusing part is you did sleep, maybe 6, 7, even 8 hours. So why does your body feel like it's been working overtime? Here's something most people never realize. Fatigue is not always about sleep. It's about energy leakage. Think of your energy like money in a bank account. Every day you wake up with a balance. And every thought, every decision, every emotion is a withdrawal. The problem? Most people aren't just spending energy. They're losing it silently. And that's why you feel tired, even when you think you've rested enough. Let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. Your brain never actually turns off. You might be lying in bed, eyes closed, not moving at all. But your mind, it's running a full-time operation, replaying conversations from earlier, planning tomorrow, worrying about things that haven't even happened yet, fixing problems that don't exist. This is called cognitive load, and it's one of the biggest hidden reasons for exhaustion. Your body is resting, but your brain is still working a double shift. And the worst part? Most people normalize it. They think, I'm just an overthinker. But overthinking is not a personality trait. It's mental exhaustion in disguise. Emotional fatigue drains you faster than physical work. Here's something counterintuitive. You can sit all day and do nothing, and still feel more tired than someone doing physical labor. Why? Because emotional stress is expensive. Every time you pretend you're fine when you're not, hold back frustration, deal with people you don't like, stay in situations that feel uncomfortable, your brain is spending energy regulating your emotions. And unlike physical tiredness, you don't feel this exhaustion immediately. It builds quietly, until one day you wake up and think, I don't even know why I'm so tired all the time. That's emotional debt. And most people are deep in it without realizing. Your phone is stealing your recovery time. Now this one is uncomfortable, because most people don't want to hear it. But your phone is not just a device anymore. It's an attention extractor. You wake up, check it. You feel bored, check it. You feel stressed, check it. You feel tired, check it. But every scroll is not rest. It's stimulation. And stimulation does not restore energy, it consumes it. Even worse, your brain starts adapting to constant input. So when you finally stop, silence feels uncomfortable. That's why real rest feels boring now. And your brain confuses boredom with tiredness. So you think you're exhausted when you're actually overstimulated. Sleep quality matters more than sleep duration. A lot of people believe this. If I sleep 8 hours, I should feel fine. But sleep is not just about time. It's about depth. If your sleep is shallow, meaning you wake up multiple times. Do you fall asleep with stress? You sleep irregular hours? You use your phone right before bed, then your brain never enters deep recovery mode. It's like charging your phone, but constantly unplugging it every few minutes. Technically, it's charging, but practically, it never reaches full power. The hidden one, living without mental clarity. There's one more layer people almost never talk about, and it's this. When your life feels unclear, your brain stays alert, even if everything looks normal on the outside. No clear direction, too many decisions, no structure in your day, constant uncertainty. Your mind stays in a low-level survival mode. Not panic, not fear, just quiet tension. And that tension becomes background fatigue. You don't notice it, but your body does, because the brain treats uncertainty like unfinished business. And unfinished business is energy-consuming. So when you combine all of this, the brain that never fully switches off, emotional stress that quietly builds, constant digital stimulation, poor recovery during sleep, and mental overload from daily life, you don't just feel tired. You feel chronically drained without a clear reason. But here's where it gets interesting, because once you understand why this is happening, you also start to see something else. Fatigue is not always a rest problem. Sometimes, it's a life design problem. And what you do with that realization changes everything. So now the real question becomes, if sleep isn't the only problem, then what actually fixes this kind of tiredness? Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't always need more sleep. You need less mental leakage, and that changes everything. Your attention is being pulled in too many directions. Modern life doesn't just make you busy. It makes you fragmented. You're thinking about work while eating, checking messages while relaxing, planning tomorrow while trying to enjoy today. And your brain hates fragmentation because attention is like a spotlight. When it's focused, it's powerful. When it's scattered, it burns energy without producing results. That's why even a free day can feel exhausting. Not because you did too much, but because your attention never stayed in one place long enough to recover. And recovery is not passive. It requires focus, stillness, and reduction of input. Without that, your mind stays in constant switching mode. And switching is one of the most energy-expensive things your brain can do. Decision fatigue is silently draining you. Here's something most people underestimate. Your brain treats decisions like micro-stress events. What to eat, what to wear, when to reply, what to prioritize, whether to rest or work. Individually, they feel small, but together, they stack up like invisible weight. By midday, your mental battery isn't just low. It's overloaded with unfinished decisions. That's why later in the day, small tasks feel harder, motivation drops, you feel lazy, but you just can't think clearly anymore. It's not a discipline issue. It's cognitive depletion. And the more chaotic your day structure is, the faster this depletion happens. Your body might be resting, but your nervous system isn't. This is where psychology and physiology meet. Even when you're physically still, your nervous system may remain in a low-level stress response. It doesn't always feel like panic. Sometimes it just feels like restlessness, light tension in the body, difficulty fully relaxing, a sense that something is off. That's your system stuck between on and off. And when your nervous system never fully switches into recovery mode, sleep becomes shallow, even if it looks normal from the outside. So you wake up, not restored but paused, like a device that never fully restarted. The identity layer most people ignore. There's another hidden factor behind chronic tiredness: how you see your own life. If your daily routine feels meaningless, misaligned, or repetitive in a way that doesn't feel fulfilling, your brain registers that as low-level stress too. Not dramatic stress, but psychological resistance, because the mind is constantly asking, is this where I'm supposed to be putting my energy? And when the answer is unclear for too long, your system starts compensating by reducing output. That's when motivation drops. That's when fatigue increases. Not because you're doing more, but because internally you're resisting what you're doing. So what actually helps? Not hacks, not shortcuts, but correction of input. Your energy starts returning when you reduce constant stimulation, you stop multitasking your attention, you simplify daily decisions, you create real mental downtime, not phone scrolling. You give your brain uninterrupted recovery windows, because rest is not just sleep. Rest is reduction. Reduction of noise, reduction of decisions, reduction of emotional pressure, reduction of constant input. And when that happens consistently, something interesting starts to change. You don't just feel less tired. You start feeling mentally clear again. And clarity is what energy actually feels like when it returns. Because the truth is this: most people aren't exhausted because they're doing too much. They're exhausted because they never truly stop processing. And once you fix that, your energy doesn't just recover. It recalibrates, slowly, quietly, naturally, until one day you realize something simple. You're not waking up tired anymore. And that shift changes everything. If this made sense to you and you want more psychology-backed breakdowns like this, subscribe and stay connected, because we're just getting started.